Here's another thing that I run into every once in a while, and it's probably more often than you could ever imagine. And most buildings today need some type of handicap ramp or access if they are raised. Their doorways or entrance to the building are raised in any way. So again, I don't think you need more than one access, but you do need at least one access. And this is in the back of a building, and they actually have the sign, which is good. You need a sign to tell everyone that you can get in here, but there are some other problems that might not be working well. And one of them is the door. I don't think the door has to have at least a 36-inch opening. So that means that the door would need to be 36 inches wide, and that didn't look like it was 36 inches wide. Okay, they have the handicap signs, and they got a couple other things, and they even have a handrail there. They have a guardrail, which I'm sure isn't 42 inches, but it could be, you know. 42 inches is the minimum height for a guard railing, but it wouldn't be required because you need to be, in order to have a guard railing, you by code, I'm saying, not just to have one. Anybody can build a guardrail, but building codes would require a guardrail if you were 30 inches from the ground. You see we're about 6 inches here, so this guardrail was built to actually divert traffic in one direction. They obviously didn't want someone stepping off that side of the landing. So, and if you notice too, they have a pole that is attached to the side of the guard railing or handrail there, and that is used to help people that need something to hold on to while entering the building. Now the next thing I want to show you is this ramp here. This definitely isn't to code. Building codes for handicap ramps require a 1/4 inch per foot slope. So for every 1 foot, the maximum slope that you're allowed to have is 1/4 of an inch per foot, and this looks like it's at least a 3-inch drop, which means that you would need to go out about 12 feet in order to have this as an acceptable ramp. So even if we're only talking 2 inches, this ramp would still need to go out 8 feet. So just something to think about. You know, whenever you run into a situation like this where you see a sign, the building's painted, and they got a ramp and maybe a little safety rail, you know, hey, this is perfect, but it might not meet local building codes. Last but not least, the measurement between the landing there. And I believe, and don't quote me on this, but when I was doing a lot of bathrooms, we needed, and these ramps actually, they needed a 5-foot minimum width in front of a doorway. So I don't think they have 5 feet here. And again, do not quote me on that. So we've already pointed out a couple of problems with the landing. This might just be another problem. So it looks like the door's not acceptable for handicap use. It's got to be a minimum of 36 inches. The ramp is definitely not going to work, and the width could also be a problem here.